Hi, and welcome to my presentation for Georgia Tech's ME3210 Design and Manufacturing class. This is for Project 1, where I will be presenting whiteboard eraser improvements. I am Joey Walter, and I'm submitting this to Dr. Hassan Rashidi for his Fall 2024 class. So looking at the agenda, we'll be talking through description of the problem as it is today, how the current product works, description of improvements and new solution that I created, sketches and graphics of this new solution as well as a CAD model, manufacturing processes and materials I will need for this new product, as well as advantages and disadvantages, as well as improvements for the users that this new product will create. I also have the resources included at the end that I used during my research. So currently looking at the problem, the issue is that whiteboards are left partially erased. I know I've walked into many classrooms or study rooms and found that a previous professor or student did not fully erase the whiteboard. You can see on the image on the left, these images on the left and kind of in the middle are left there on purpose. But in the bottom, the previous user just got lazy and didn't want to erase all of it and left that at the bottom. I think that currently erasers are too small and take too many swipes to fully erase the large boards, and therefore they don't get cleaned for the next user. How the current product works. So the standard whiteboard eraser is this Expo whiteboard eraser. It's 5 by 3 inches, means 15 square inches. But compared to a standard whiteboard, which is 1700 square inches, it's completely off. Like the scale is incomparable, and that's why people get lazy. It's also hard to grip. It's just a 2-inch tall rectangular block, as well as the irreplaceable eraser fuzz gets dirty with use, and there's no really way to clean it. You just have to throw it out and get a new one. So current improvements, there are erasers with a spray feature. This helps you clean the areas that you're already going to reach, but it's not going to help you get those, edges and corners that normal people won't get anyway. On the market, there's a long eraser, but it's only 12 inches long, and we're looking at whiteboards that are 40 inches tall. I said over 1,700 square inches, so this is still not covering enough area. My proposed solution is an extendable whiteboard eraser. It can cover between 12 and 24 inches lengthwise of whiteboard, with holes to adjust it every 0.75 inches. It also has an ergonomic rubber handle that is much better than just that square little block and is designed for ease of use, and the eraser only weighs about 3 pounds, allowing for swift and decisive movements across whiteboard surfaces. Here's an exploded view sketch of the product I will be looking through and the CAD model we're about to look through. We can see just this 2D representation of all the parts that go in it. It's rather simple. We only have 7 components in here total. Very simple design that we'll kind of get through now. So we'll start with the bottom plate. We see that the pinholes are every 0.75 inches for maximum customer customizability, as well as it's a thin yet durable design for a lightweight and strong feel. Looking at the top plate, again I mentioned that rubber-coated handle of 1.5 inches diameter. According to the Canadian version of OSHA, this is the perfect diameter of a handle for it to be maximally ergonomic. As well as a rib that we can kind of see in the bottom right of this image through the center of the plate that will keep pressure on the rag to thoroughly clean the boards. We'll look at that a little bit more when we look at a CAD of the whole assembly. Looking at the hand retractable spring plunger, this is from Jay Winko, it's a COTS part. So the way this works is that it'll be kind of like a peg system. So you pull these out and you can adjust the length of the top and bottom plate and how you'd like to set it. So it'll be 2 plungers, one on each side, set that length. One plunger only takes 1/2 to 3 pounds force to operate, which is ideal, right? That's way within a desired weight or force when it's close to your body. And it also will screw into the top plate. We see the threads here. Looking at the retractable lanyard, so one problem I had to address was what to do about keeping the rag kind of in tension. So if you ever seen like a lanyard, it just kind of pulls out and then it retracts back in. So this will be clipped onto the end of the rag, so it'll keep it in tension. It's held in place with 1032 screws. See, there's a hole in the middle for that. And each lanyard could hold up to 4 pounds, which is more than enough to keep the rag in tension as well. Kind of showing the condensed assembly in its 12-inch format. Again, the rag is held in tension and rolls back into the vise. We see that rib here on the left, kind of keeping pressure on the center of it and collapsing down to 12 inches. And the extended model, obviously it goes up to 24 inches. A longer handle, we see that kind of juts out here, allows users to hold the eraser in the center, the middle, even when extended. And the rag will be pinned to the top plate, so as you extend the top plate from the whole design, the rag moves with it and stays in tension the entire time. And we can see that rib here on the bottom right that will, as you press against the board with the eraser, the rag hits that rib and it stays firm and is able to erase things off the board. So looking at possible manufacturing processes that are needed, we're looking at injection molding for the top and bottom plate. Injection molding can create detailed geometries precisely and consistently, which is super important. And even more important, it creates strong yet lightweight parts, and that's super crucial to this design because it's someone kind of extending from their body as they clean. And it can lead to cost savings after initial startup, so it shouldn't be too expensive to move from the Expo whiteboard erasers to this new extendable version. And we're also looking at using vulcanized rubber on the handle for the top plate just to improve elasticity and strength of that handle coating, make sure it's really tactile. So looking at required materials, we're using ABS plastic for the top and bottom plate. It's a durable material known for impact resistance. Kind of as you put it on the board, that'll be important, as well as toughness. It's also very cost effective. Again, I talked about keeping that within a similar-ish price range of the Expo whiteboard marker. For the rubber on the handle, I picked that because it's a durable and again a tactile or grippy material to use. And then the hand retractable spring plunger is made from stainless steel, just because it's a high durability material, and especially with a part that has many loading cycles like this one will experience. So advantages and disadvantages of this product. Advantages: it covers more surface area with less swipes. It's an adjustable length, ergonomic handle, replaceable components including the rag, which is a big selling point, and it's more durable. Disadvantages: it's harder to store since it is larger, heavier than a traditional eraser, but hopefully not by much. And it's also more expensive in the short term, but in the long term, since that rag is replaceable, it should be okay. Improvements for the user that I made. Again, it's more efficient for users, which means they are more likely to completely wipe down surfaces. So it's good for the owners of these whiteboards, like universities like Georgia Tech, as well. It's also a more ergonomic handle, which means it's easier to hold on that rectangular block. It's adjustable in size, which means it can fit small personal whiteboards or large classroom whiteboards we see professors using, as well as the replaceable rag. Allows the eraser to last for longer rather than that traditional whiteboard eraser that can't do that. Here are some of my resources. I have 5 of them here. And thank you for watching. And just a disclaimer, this is for educational purposes only, no intent of copyright infringement. Thank you.